Howdy folks, welcome back to another in-person video. It's the second Q&A. I've already done a Q&A, but it was when the channel had really just started before we hit this massive growth, so I wanted to do another one to allow people that hadn't been able to ask questions, and also to answer questions that maybe I hadn't gotten to in the previous Q&A, or just, go over things again and give more insight or depth to questions that were asked. I didn't answer all of them, but I tried to get as many as possible. There's way more questions in this one than in the previous one. So if you enjoy the video, feel free to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. You can react to what I was saying. You can ask more questions, which I can try to respond to in the comments. You can also drop ideas for future videos in the comments, in-person videos. That'll be fun. So yeah, just feel free to put your input in the comments, and we will get started with the very first question. So the very first question is from Handgrand. So this might be a tad bit long. What are your favorite shows from this decade? What are your favorite cartoon shows? What's something about you we don't know? Day or night and why? Favorite food? Best burger place? Mozzarella or Parmesan? As you can tell by this, I'm hungry. Thank you, Handgrand, for the question. So what are my favorite shows from this decade? That's going to be tough. I guess from 2010 is what it's on. So I think Game of Thrones started before 2000. I think Game of Thrones was this decade. A show that recently came out, I think it was in 2020. At least that's when I saw it on Netflix, called Dark. It's a German show. I really enjoyed watching that with my family. I'm trying to think of other shows. I think those are my favorite shows. I've watched other shows. I've watched a lot of Netflix shows that are on Netflix. I don't know if I'd describe them as my favorite, but stuff that I've watched to pass the time, like Grey's Anatomy, and, I love, like, The Office, and I like Parks and Rec a lot. That's a really great show. I've watched The Office, I've watched Friends. So I've seen those shows. I don't know if I'd describe them as my favorite, but I think Parks and Rec might be up there. What are my favorite cartoon shows? I really think that the only, like, quote-unquote cartoon show that I really watched is Avatar, which I love, and Legend of Korra, which is also great, so I guess those two. What's something about you we don't know? That's a really tough one. Something about me you don't know. I have a fear of heights. I think that's something about me you didn't know. I also don't like the feeling in my stomach of droppings, like in roller coasters or on airplanes when you have turbulence, that dropping feeling in your stomach. So roller coasters I hate. Heights I'm not a big fan of, and flying I'm not a very big fan of. So that's something about me you didn't know. That's a good question. Day or night and why? That's tough because I usually do stay up later at night, but I love, like, it's kind of like I wish that I was up more during the day. Like, it's just because I stay up late at night with friends or playing video games or something, but I wish I was awake earlier in the day to get more stuff done. So I enjoy both. My favorite food, that's tough. That's really tough. I don't know if I have a favorite food. Best burger place, Shake Shack, and Parmesan. Sorry, I spent a lot of time on that question. I apologize to everyone else. So Sen, why is Tumblr so oofed up but so fun? That's a good question. I think that I can't really answer that for you. I think that it's just a really fun place and people are themselves, and you can connect to that. So from Blob McBlobbin, how howdy out of folks you are. I'm not really sure what that means. How howdy out of folks am I? Like, out of percentage? How many howdies out of folks am I? I don't know, but I'm gonna say like 9 out of 10 if that's an answer. So we have from Salty Avocado Production, some encouraging words for the people here who have had a bad last year and a bad early this year. Oh, that's tough. That's a lot of pressure. I don't know. I guess what I would say is that there are a lot of, that life is just, it occurs in waves, kind of naturally. There are everything in life, there are highs and there are lows, and there's never going to be a low that just permanent and stays forever. So there's always going to be some tough times, but then that allows you to enjoy the good times even more because you can remember how the tough times were. So if you're in a dip, just know that eventually, like all things in life, things will start to look up and you'll start feeling better and being better and having a better year. From Your Little Sniper, what video games are you into playing? Well, I love Fortnite and I loved Call of Duty. I haven't played either of those in a very long time, in a while. I've been playing a lot of the Assassin's Creed games, so Valhalla, and then that got me into all the old ones that I missed out on. And very recently, I've been very into playing Minecraft. And part of that is I'm learning how to play so that I can play on stream and hopefully set up a server for everyone, because I've never played before, and so I'm playing with a friend of mine and basically he's just kind of teaching me how to do stuff and I'm learning. I'm not very good and I die a lot, but I'm learning. My question is, from hot single MILFs in the area, my question is, what are your opinions on pickles? Like, do you like them? Because I don't. I do like pickles, and I will take your pickles off your sandwich for you. So from Forrest Fox was in the first Q&A. Welcome. What's a fun childhood memory you have / remember fondly? I think that I wouldn't go so far. Like, I don't need to go so far. I don't know. Being in the pandemic now, it makes me more think back to like high school and middle school, where I had a group of friends and we could all just like be together outside naturally in like large groups. So I think during the pandemic, I don't think necessarily back to my childhood, but I think back to this. And just like being able to be with your friends outside without having to worry about that kind of, like the pandemic is kind of more what I reflect on. From Strange, have you seen Avatar: The Last Airbender? I have. In which element would I bend? I think that I've discussed in the previous one it would be water. Thunderpuff. Okay. This is another multi-parter. I believe in your last video you mentioned that you read, so keep up with that theme. I have 3 questions. What is your favorite genre? What is your favorite book? Have you read Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere? I have not read Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere. My favorite genre I think is going to be fantasy. And my favorite book, I haven't read in a long time. I was reading when I was younger and I'm trying to get back into it. Right now I'm rereading The Hobbit, and I'm rereading some C.S. Lewis books. So I don't know if I have a favorite book right now, but I'm hopeful that I will be able to get back into reading and give you a better answer. Alistair the Burb. Hey Carl, what's your favorite candle scent? I'm going to put you on to a candle scent right now that'll change your life. It is from Anthropology and it's the volcano scent. It is so good. Everyone that smells it loves it. My cousin got it for me initially. I loved it so much. Then I brought it home and everyone in my family loves it, and I got my mom a ton of them for her birthday. That was like the only thing she wanted for me. It's the best scent. So look, I'm not sponsored by Anthropology, but the Volcano Candle by Anthropology smells so good. Life-changing. Probably Wasabi. Really late, sorry. What's your opinion on the community you've helped build with the comments of your videos, aka everyone that goes day of blank, or the story that's being built, or just everyone in general? I hope that makes sense. So I'm assuming that it's like the Moss War, and of course the day number 67, you know, well there's like calling this guy a homestuck on us, and then there's like of saying we appreciate Carl, or Carl can take a break. I mean, I appreciate any sort of community that I've been able to build. So like, I'm neutral on the Moss War. I'm happy that it's ongoing, and I appreciate the people commenting because it's better than nothing. I believe that comments really help in the YouTube algorithm, so I really appreciate any kind of comment, even if it's a negative one, because ultimately you could still be helping me in the algorithm. So I'm really happy with the community I've built. So yeah, that was a good question though. So next up, Shooting Star. Are you staying hydrated? If not, start drinking some water. This is a threat. Next up, we have Nola. What's a normal day look like for you? What time do you wake up, eat, everyday events, etc.? For me, I would like to have more of a routine, but as a student, I would say that I don't have a set routine, so I would like to go to bed earlier some days I don't. But for the most part, I wake up, I'll play on my phone, I will eat lunch. I'm not a big breakfast food person, so I'll wake up, I'll eat lunch, and then I will have class. Well, it just depends, because I have classes some days and some days I don't. So some days I'll have class, and I have class all day, and then I'll come home and I will put the video up. Some days I don't have class, so in those days that's when I get a lot of work on the videos done. But for the most part, it's the afternoon. I'll be doing audios, I'll be typing, editing the videos, posting them, and then at night, like right before I go to bed, is when I gather another batch of Tumblr images for the next day. So basically, wake up, eat food, do work or school, whatever it is for the majority of the day, eat dinner, play some video games, go to bed, hang out with friends. That's kind of I don't have like a strict schedule because my days change every day, basically. So I have class Tuesday, Thursdays, one on Monday, then nothing Wednesday or Friday, but it all depends on the homework that I have or if I have to study or something. So I don't have a set schedule, which I wish I had, but I unfortunately don't. So I don't necessarily have a normal day, but I hope I was able to give some insight to you. Next up, we have Moth. Good old Moth. Do you have a Tumblr we can follow? And any news about whatever, and any news or whatever about perhaps Discord, what's your Twitter, perhaps your phone number and license plate? I think I have a Tumblr account, but I really don't do anything on it. I just follow different accounts that I can take content from them. I'm stealing, basically. There is a Discord set up. The Discord links keep expiring, and I need to be better at remembering to put new ones in the description of videos, but there is a Discord. My Twitter, I really don't use Twitter very often, so I don't It's not very exciting. It wouldn't be exciting for you all. My phone number and license plate, now that I just can't give you. I apologize. But moving on to Jacob Sophia Heinrich. Should I actually make a Tumblr instead of living vicariously through you? I'm scared. I feel like the right business move for me would be to say, don't make a Tumblr and rely completely on me for all of your Tumblr needs. But of course, if you want to make a Tumblr, you can. You just you just need to follow the right sources and you'll have an amazing feed. What kind of music do I listen to? From Gail Amando Lozano. I'm kind of all over the place in music. I think I might have touched on it on the previous Q&A. I don't think I have like one favorite genre. I kind of bounce all around. So I listen to rap, hip hop, country. I don't really listen to, I mean, some pop, not really, some rock. I like some classical music. I like older music too, like 50s up, all the different decades of music I really enjoy. I enjoy show tunes, so there's a lot of different music that I really enjoy. So the next one's from Draco, the leader of the Moss War on the Moss's side. What's your favorite TV show, favorite book, and when will I join the Moss? My favorite, I'm not very good at picking favorite things, whether it be favorite TV shows or favorite books, because I really enjoy a lot of different TV shows and they're perfect for different reasons. I would say that up until the last season, Game of Thrones is probably one of my favorite shows ever, but I can't say that because after the last season, which is part of like the story, I really just am not involved in it. And I guess one of my favorite shows growing up was always good was Stargate SG-1. That was something I always watched. A favorite book, again, I don't really have a favorite book. I really enjoy reading a lot of different books, and I will always be neutral in the Moss War, so I will never join the Moss. From JC, in your previous Q&A, you expressed that you spend the day creating these videos. What would you normally be doing with that free time? It's an odd question to ask, Jason. Not like, but it's just for like the last 3 or so years, maybe coming up on 4 years now, I've been involved with YouTube stuff in one way or another. And so it's like weird to imagine me not doing stuff relating to YouTube. So I guess normally I would just be really extra focused on my schoolwork, maybe doing more stuff with my friends, playing video games, reading more books. It's weird for me to imagine not doing the YouTube work that I normally and have been doing for a really long time. It's weird for me to imagine being out of that routine. But it's a really good question. I don't think I have an answer. I guess maybe reading more, maybe playing more video games, maybe being more social with my friends, going out, maybe going to bed earlier. I really don't know. But those are ideas of maybe what I would be doing. From Green Pixel, what would your reaction be to going viral? It's a good question. I don't know. Like one of my videos that like kind of popped off on the algorithm. I guess I would be excited for the growth of the channel and for, you know, growing the community more. But I feel like sometimes viral video, like you can go viral for the wrong reasons, and I obviously would not want that. Or if I got like a bunch of new hate because I went viral, I'm not really sure. But I think for the most part I would be excited if it was like a good virality. If like people just really like the content in the videos, I'd be really excited and happy to grow the community. Next question is from AJFest12. What's your job currently and what is your dream job? I guess right now I'm a student and a YouTuber. I do work on YouTube. I maybe not big enough to be a YouTuber or an influencer, but I guess I would describe myself as a YouTuber. And what is my dream job? I don't really have, I don't know, maybe doing this. I really enjoy doing this. Maybe streaming would be a dream job because it would allow me to interact with my community more and also play games. I guess that would be a dream job. That would be a lot of fun if it was sustainable. But for now, I'm really enjoying what I'm doing and I can't think of something else that I'd rather be doing more. That's a good question. From the approver, what are your opinions on a lot of us doing Moss and Homestuck things? I mean, you guys can do whatever you want. I'm happy to have you all interacting with each other in the comments. It's like fun for me to read and I think it's fun for you all to do. So it doesn't bother me one bit. I'm happy to see that you all are having fun. It's funny to read and watch your interactions with each other. So my opinion is that I'm happy that you all are having fun. Opinions on milk from beans. I hate it. I despise milk. It's a weird consistency. Get it out. I don't even want to spend more time on this question. It's so disgusting. From Relevation Reflection, where does all the meme music come from? A lot of it is Nintendo music. Nintendo can get, it's like kind of copyright free. I think they just don't copyright you, but a lot of it's Nintendo music. So if you just look up copyright free Nintendo music, it's a lot of it. Boss Guy, Carl, help. Can you tell Cowbelly to put all the Tumblr Reads videos back up? It's funny because I see your comment all the time in my previous videos, and I actually had a conversation with Cowbelly. He called me maybe a couple weeks ago, and I was talking to him, and he told me that he had privated all of them, and I was like, yeah, there's this guy in my comment section who keeps asking me to put all of them back up, and he was like, no, I'm done with I'm done with it. They're privated. You know, I want that part of my life to be over with. So I did put in a good word for you. It's just unfortunately he's really set on privating the videos, but I did try. I did put in effort. But now you just get to enjoy my videos more. So, you know, win for me kinda, you know? Alright, so a little break in between answering questions, but from William, what is your favorite country in the world? It's actually a very good question, and it was something that I thought about a lot when I was abroad last year for COVID. This is tough because the US has always is my home, and I love my home, and I love being here, but at the same time I really enjoyed visiting other countries and seeing other countries. But I don't know, whenever I was away, I always felt like the US was my home, and so I guess my home has to be my favorite country. So I guess the US would be my favorite country, but I really enjoyed being other places, and I'm sure if I lived in another place long enough and it started to feel like home, I could love that country more. But for now, I've lived in the US my entire life, so the US is my home. It's my favorite country. From Ryoma, do you like lizards? I love lizards. From the local cryptid we have, would you eat a handful of sand if someone offered you $20? No, it would have to be a lot more than that, because a handful of sand is a lot of sand, and I've had sand in my mouth just a little bit, and it is not a pleasant sensation. So it'd have to be, I'd have to have a lot of, $20, no. Definitely a lot more money. You'd have to offer me a lot more money in order to get me to eat a handful of sand. That is not a very pleasant experience. From Diana Butler, thumbs up or finger guns? Let's see, what is that? I don't know, I kind of like finger guns more. It's like more three-dimensional, like they're coming right at you, whereas these are kind of like just in 2D, like they're in this one plane, but this is like they're coming right at you. I feel like that's more interactive. I like the finger guns more. Good question. From David, hey Carl, some Q&A before you get too famous for us little folks. What made you realize you liked water? The taste, the delicious taste of water. Have I ever seen snow? I've seen snow a couple times, but not very often. Yeah, I've never seen that cold, but I've been to some cold places, but I always bundle up heavily. So, but I've seen the snow a couple times. My favorite video game of all time, it's either going to be the entire Call of Duty franchise, Minecraft, or like Fortnite when it was fun. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy Minecraft, and then all those games I played, or Halo. I think Halo, because growing up Halo was the best. Do I watch anime? I do not, but I've been wanting to get into it. Cats, dogs, or neither. I'd say both, but because I live in a small apartment right now, the thing that I would get like sooner is a cat, because I wouldn't want to put a dog in a small location. Guns or swords? Again, why not have both? I'd be like a pirate. Gun in one hand, sword in another. If Biggest Guardians, Patronus, and Pikachu got into a fight, who would survive? I don't know. I think that they would both kill each other. They would both destroy the other. If Wendy's Twitter and Denny's Tumblr got into a fight, come on. I'd obviously be on Denny's Tumblr side. Come on. Come on. Who wouldn't be on Denny's Tumblr side? But great questions, David. Thank you. From Everest LOL. How do you like your eggs? I don't really like eggs, but if I had to eat them, probably scrambled with a lot of cheese in it. Favorite time of day? I'd say sunset. Opinion on apple juice? It's alright. Not really any strong opinions. Again, I prefer water, the best drink of all time. Any siblings? I have 5 siblings, so I have 3 older brothers, 1 older sister, and 1 younger sister. Favorite element on the periodic table? That's a really good question. Favorite element on the periodic table? I like it when it gets close to the bottom and they kind of get like all those like funny names. I can't remember exactly. I'll have to look at a periodic table if I wanted to answer that question better. But I like towards the bottom, like not even in the periodic table, like that secondary row where it's just like 2 rows of names, and they kind of all, like, there's like one that's like, it's like, I think it's named after Albert Einstein. I'll have to look. It's like either, I'm gonna have to look at a table now periodic table in order to answer that question. Yeah, it's like Einsteinium. Like, that's just so funny. I can't read it correctly. ES, I think that says Einsteinium. But yeah, I'd probably say that's my favorite element just because it's such, like, that row has a lot of funny names in it. And then I don't really have any favorite band or singers. The next from paid outfit when? You have to join the membership if you want to see me in a maid outfit, you know. You gotta toss me some coin in order to see me in my maid outfit. You can join the membership then. From something, what is the capital of Ecuador? Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think off the top of my head if I know it. I don't know it. So I'll tell you right now. It's obviously Quito. Obviously. That's what I meant to say. Obviously Quito. From David Henry. Hi, I'm from England. 3 favorite ice cream flavors. Cookies and cream, chocolate, and chocolate fudge brownie. Why am I alive? How's your day, man? I'm having a very good day. I hope that you are too. What is my favorite type of frog? From Disful. I don't really know anything about frogs, so I guess, I don't know, I like tree frogs. I think they're kind of cool. And I kind of have like somewhat variant tree frogs in my backyard. They just kind of like sit up in high locations. You know, they're just chilling. But I think tree frogs are kind of funny. Like their toes are weird, how wide and webbed they are. From Jet Deers, why did you murder Cowbelly? How'd you find out? No, I promise I did not murder Cowbelly. He's still alive and well. He's actually behind the camera, as a lot of you have noticed. He's the one that I answer to. Yeah. Don't tell him those. Never mind, he's not behind the camera. Definitely not. From Mint Tea, peanut butter sandwiches, yes or no? Yes, peanut butter sandwiches, 100% yes. I love peanut butter sandwiches so much. They are so good. Thank you for asking that question. From Nancy Absalon 9, why did you leave the Cowbelly community, and also how long are your fingers? There you go. And I left Cowbelly to start this channel. Basically, I wanted something where, I wanted something that was my own, something where I could interact with the community as myself, and being in charge of what was going on and growing the community. And basically, that was it. I left to start this channel. This is what I wanted to do. This, you know, responding to comments and filming videos like this and putting outros in and starting a membership and things, like all stuff that I wanted to do. From Anonymous, what's your favorite fruit? I'd say a crisp red apple is my favorite fruit. From Cameron Jones, have you had enough water today? Yes, I have. I've been chugging water as always. In fact, I'll go get my water bottle for you. Are you ready? Are you ready, Cameron? Delicious. From KyperCon, why did Cowbelly end? He put a video out on his Cowbelly Studios channel, which I only saw recently, but he was very, very kind to me in it, and I wish I'd seen it earlier so I could have thanked him, but now it's like kind of weird thanking him a month later. But he put a video out explaining it. Basically, he wanted to move away from this content, wanted to move away from text-to-speech, wanted to move away from kind of toxic memes in general, and he wanted to be more in the content creation as opposed to like the meme stealing persona that he had kind of become, that people thought he was just a meme stealer. He now wants to be the meme dealer, which is awesome. I think that's kind of funny. Meme dealer. From meme stealer to meme dealer. That's what Cowbelly wanted to do. From Hair Herbig, if you had to move to another country, which one would you pick? Just because I lived in Paris while I was abroad, I'd probably pick France. I can somewhat speak French. I could live in like London or England or anywhere in the UK, but I really enjoyed living in France. So I guess that's what I would pick. A man of culture, what does the Pythagorean theorem say? It's a good question. I'll let you all try to answer this on your own, and then I'll answer it. Basically, it's a very important theorem. It says that when you square A and then you square B and then you add them together, it equals the hypotenuse, C squared. So, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Hi Evans. How do you choose which post receive a clip or meme edited in? I love your content. You filled a hole in my life after New Year. Wow, I really appreciate that, Kai. Basically, it's just whatever I can find. Basically, when I see the meme, sorry, my instant reaction to it, and if it makes me think of anything. So basically, that's how I choose it. It's not I'm not like every 5 memes gets it. It's just basically whichever one triggers something in me or makes me think of something is the one that I add the clip to. And now the final question and the most asked question. So this is the most asked question that it's something that I got a lot on the Q&A. Also stuff that I got all the time in the comments. And it's this. Do you smoke weed, and if so, how much? No offense, but why do you always look so stoned? Why do you always look so tired? Please sleep more. Are you either high AF or tired AF, and why? I promise you. I can see if I can get the light. Look. I'm completely fine. I sleep very well. I do not participate in the devil's lettuce. I do not smoke that bubonic chronic. I just elect not to. So I think that sometimes it's just the lighting. Maybe it makes my eyes look red. Maybe it makes it look like I have dark bags under my eyes. I promise you, I am sleeping well. I am well rested. I don't know what it is exactly that makes me look like that, but it's kind of started to die off. But there was a time where I'd get multiple comments about it. Some people worried. I promise you, I'm completely fine. But it's funny that was was the most asked question. So thank you all so much for your questions. I hope that you all learned a little something about me during this. I'm sorry it took so long to get to you all, but I know you all will understand. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Comment something new that you learned about me. That'd be an interesting thing to see. And then comment if you have any other in-person videos that you'd like me to create. I'd be more than happy to keep doing stuff like this. So I hope that you all have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, night, whatever time of day it is for you, and I will see you all tomorrow. Peace out, guys.